Hi, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. In this video tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to make this beautiful tree skirt. Now on the edges here I have pom-pom fringe. It is optional, but it really does add a lot to it. So let's get started. You will need the following supplies: 1 1/4 yards of each of the following. That would be, you'll need a 1 1/4 for the top, 1 1/4 for the back, and 1 1/4 of the cotton batting. The pom-pom fringe is optional. You'll need 4 1/4 yards. The distance between each selvage edge is 44 inches wide on this particular piece of fabric. Therefore, I've cut my fabric width this way, 44 inches. Fold it in half, bringing the raw edges over here on this side together. Also, bring the folded edges up here together and smooth your fabric out. Take this folded edge here and bring it over to this folded edge. You're forming a point down here. So you have all these folded edges together right here. Take your time, smooth out your fabric. Fold it one more time. There we go. Now it's really thick right now, but take your time and smooth it out. So right now it kind of looks something like a cone. You will notice that your edges are all uneven up here and you have this big piece sticking out up here. That's to be expected. You want to take the edge that is the shortest, which is probably going to be the one that's on top, and measure the width from the corner straight across over to the other side. Mine measures 8 inches wide. So place the point up here on a line. Then center this part over here. So 8 divided by 2 is 4 inches. So I want 4 inches on this side, 4 inches on this side. So I've placed my ruler up here. I've measured across, and I want to make sure that 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4-inch line, is on that same line that the point is, and then I've got 4 inches on the other side. I've placed tape along here so I can see that everything is centered. This is an 8.5-inch round plate, 8.5-inch diameter, I mean. Place it to where the top edge is up against the raw edge of this piece here, and center your plate in between the blue tape here. Because my fabric is so dark, I can't use pencil to trace around. So I'm going to use a black marker. No one's going to see this, so you don't need to worry about it. If you have light fabric, you could probably just use a pencil. And then go ahead and just trace around the plate from edge to edge. This is very thick right now, so I've put these little clips, little wonder clips, to hold the fabric together. I have one here and one here. You cannot possibly cut through all of this at any one time, so I recommend you cut through one layer at a time. I've already cut through several layers, so every time I come to the next layer, I use the top layer as my guide for cutting the next section. So just keep doing that till you have all of them cut out. After you're done cutting, go ahead and remove your clips. Before you unfold it completely, put a pin up here to mark the center. This is what it looks like when it's just halfway unfolded. but completely unfold it all. Up at the center where you placed a pin to mark it, you're going to cut out a circle that's about 1.5 inches in diameter. And this is a little template that I have. I have a whole package of these little templates. This is a 1.5 inch one. And there's a straight line that goes through it. So I'm going to place it on the fold and center it around the pin. Then I'm going to take a marker. Remember, my fabric is dark, so I can't really see if I put pencil on there. And trace your line. Then take a pair of scissors and go ahead and cut around that circle. Place the cotton batting down first. Place the fabric for the back on top with the front side of the fabric facing up. Place your top fabric over that, front side down. So I'm looking at the back of the fabric here and the front side of the fabric here. Place pins all around the edges. Then cut around those scalloped edges. Next step is to cut a line from here where it indents in here between each scallop. You're going to cut a line straight up to the center, not through the center, but just right up to it. Place pins on each side up here, and then place a few pins along this one side. And do that so that the layer can lay fairly straight. So place your ruler on that little indentation and cut up to the circle. Remember, don't cut through the circle. Finish placing pins on this side over here where you laid your ruler, or if you're right-handed, you might have had it on the other side. And then place a few more pins around the circle because we're going to cut that circle out. So you want to keep that fabric in place so it does not shift. Then go ahead and begin cutting it out. On the edge along here, mark an area that you're going to leave open that you will not stitch over. So start on this side of the opening and stitch 1/4 inch seam. Stitch down to this corner, all the way around the outer perimeter, and as you come back around this way, come back up, stitch around the circle, and stop on the other side of the opening and stitch back and forth here and here. And you want to leave an opening that's large enough for your hand to go through. And this is where you're going to be pulling the tree skirt front side out. So you want to leave a sizable opening because there's a lot of fabric that's going to be pulled through there. I recommend you use a walking foot to do your stitching. A walking foot prevents the fabric from shifting apart, all the different layers of fabric. It also helps to prevent the fabric from getting little tucks in it as you stitch. When stitching around all of these curves, you want to move your fabric slowly. And when you go around the little inside curves here, don't do a sharp turn, just do a gentle curve there. After you've stitched all around, you've got all of it done, then you need to go in and do little slits. Don't cut through your stitch lines, very important. Also do a few more in here because it's such a narrow curve. When stitching around this, you really want to go slow. Just do a few stitches, turn your fabric a little bit, do a few stitches. After stitching, you should also cut a little bit of the fabric off around the circle. Also cut a little bit off of the corners right here. Then of course go and do all of these little slits in here, and you want them fairly close together because, as I said, it's a really small circle. Reach inside your opening and reach down to this lower corner here and begin pulling it through this hole. You're turning it front side out. Now take your time. Don't try to pull too much out at any one time because you don't want to tear your fabric. Reach back in through the opening and go down to this first little scalloped edge and push against the seam, pushing the fabric into that scalloped curve. So you want to go around to all of them and do this. Push them all out. At your opening, fold your edges in 1/4 of an inch and place pins to hold. Do it all the way across. And after you have finished pinning this closed, you're going to do a little bit of stitching along there to keep it closed. So also place pins from, let me move my fabric up a little more, from the bottom edge up, because you want to hold these edges flat, and also pin along here. Stitch from this lower corner from the bottom all the way up to the circle, around the circle, and then back down. After you've done that stitching, then go to your ironing board and press all of your scalloped edges flat. If you do not want to put the pom-pom fringe on, then stitch really close to this edge all the way around the outer perimeter. Next step is to do some type of top stitching or quilting stitches to hold all these layers from shifting around while you're using it. One of the easiest that I can think of for you beginners to do is to place a ruler from right in here to this indentation up to the little circle up here. Take a piece of chalk and draw a line. Now the chalk you can rub and brush it off later, and do a straight line of stitching. And you would just go around to all of these little indentations and do a line of stitching. That's one way of doing it. For those of you who are more experienced at doing quilting stitches, you can do any decorative pattern that you like. Or if you're interested in knowing more about quilting stitches, click on the link in the upper right-hand corner called Beginners Quilting Stitches. Turn the tree skirt over to the back side and place your pom-pom fringe from the back side. And I recommend that you do not try to pin this on all the way around the skirt and then stitch. It'll be too difficult to do it that way. So the best way to do is to stitch a little bit, adjust the fringe, stitch a little bit more, because you're stitching around curves and it's going to be constant adjustment as you go. I tried to stitch right up at the very edge and it was just too thick. It was very difficult. I found it easier to stitch down the middle of the band here. So put that on all the way around. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for watching and happy sewing. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, would you please click on the thumbs up button, and don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, click on that red subscribe button down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. And don't forget to click on the bell and enter your email address so you receive email notifications about my latest video. I'm Cheryl and this is Manny. See you next time and happy sewing!